And it's for charity. All for a good cause, Mr. Poltad nodded. He said that exact phrase before and suddenly struck me as suspicious. He'd never actually confirmed it was for charity, had he? What was his good cause anyway? Rita and her dad guessed and guessed what was in the packages, but lightning didn't strike twice. They went away empty-handed, but still smiling. I looked at Will and shrugged. We had no evidence of wrongdoing yet. But then Will prodded me, pointing. We watched in open-mouthed horror as Mr. Poltad carefully unscrewed the bottom of the guide dog box and slipped the money out of it, putting it neatly into his own pocket. The supposed good cause was in his own bank account. I was about to leap out from behind the tree and yell, "Thief!" when Will took my hand. "What are you doing?" he whispered. "If we confront him, he'll just deny it, and no one's going to believe us over Mr. Poltad. We have to tell Mum. She'll know what to do." He led me back past the furniture and into the main section of the hall, just as Mum and Nick reappeared, holding takeaway cups of hot Ribena. "Everything all right?" Mum asked. Will quickly told her in a low voice what we'd seen Mr. Poltad doing. Her mouth dropped open. Nick looked horrified and then furious. "At Christmas time?" he thundered. "Do we tell someone?" I asked. "The police?" Mum shook her head. I think it would be his word against yours, Lovelace, and he would just say he was keeping the money safe or something. Well, we know not to trust him in future. Will made a frustrated noise. "But he needs a comeuppance." "You're right, Will," Nick said. He handed his drink to his mum and put his shoulders back. "Leave it to me." He marched over to the store. "You going to beat him up?" Will asked with excitement. "I don't think so," Mum said uncertainly. We watched Nick get to the store, and to my surprise, he pulled out another £5. "Another go, sir." Poltad took the money and slid it into the guide dog tin. "Good luck." Nick gave him what I can only describe as a winner's smile as he turned to face the prizes. He raised a finger and pointed at a candy cane. "3 tubes of sweet pastels," he said firmly. Poltad's face contorted, and he flipped open the envelope to reveal Nick was correct. "Well done, sir," he said sourly. But Nick wasn't finished. "A gift card for the cinema multiplex," he said, pointing at the chair-shaped package. "Good wrapping, that one. Now, that round one's a teddy, a panda specifically. And as far as the box," he squinted. My heart was hammering. Will's eyes were like dinner plates, and Mum looked as though she was trying not to laugh. "The box contains a PlayStation 5 with 2 controllers and a copy of Dracula Death Mansion 2, Nick said smoothly. He turned around to glance at us and saw us all standing there like guppy fish at feeding time. "That's just my guess anyway," he added hastily. Mr. Poltad's face screwed up like a furious ball of paper, but as everyone was watching him, he had to open all of the sealed envelopes and admit that Nick had guessed every single gift correctly. He started handing the presents over in a silent rage. Nick passed the spherically wrapped toy panda to Rita, who had watched the entire game with her mouth open. "Since you didn't win on your turn," he said kindly. He picked up the other 3 gifts and carried them over to us. Will was looking at Nick in awe. How did you?" "I'm an excellent at guessing what's inside presents," Nick said, handing him the square box. "One of those weird skills," he shrugged, "like knowing when it's about to rain. You should share that prize with your sister, I think." "Good thing there's 2 controllers," I said, as Mum accepted the sweets and the cinema voucher. Everyone was looking at us, and I knew exactly why. It must have looked as though Santa Claus himself had just delivered some presents early, and I was sure that's what had happened.